This is more what I'm looking for. A nice little spot to land underneath a floating rock by the coast. Hello everyone, Pharanx is here. Welcome back to No Man's Sky. Episode 176. Cruising right along. I've decided, actually, looking at some of these inventories, that we're actually going to move these over to the fighter that they're going to be equipped on to get them off of the freighter. And that includes the one we're sitting on in our inventory. And then these we're going to run to the high capacity inventory. This will go to the freighter. Yep. How wonderful it is. Indeed. Okay, inventory fairly squared away. Now we are going to start working on getting modules for our heavy fighter. But we are going to continue also doing the one undiscovered system every single episode. As such, I would like to do a little bit of freighter work in this episode as well, so we'll be looking for an unexplored system that is maybe on the smaller side of planets. So we have our command section here, and we do have expeditions to debrief, but we can actually have a 5th expedition panel, which I think for now, I don't really want to do it there, though. Wondering if this maybe needs to be extended by one. Well, let's relieve the fleets first, and then we'll go from there. Let's see what we got. So we got Grantine, Copper, Organic Catalyst. That's pretty good. More Grantine and some Royal Ducks. Okay, that's a lot of goofiness. Yeah, look at all this Grantine. That Organic Catalyst, that's good, actually. We're just going to move some of this over to our exosuit inventory, and then let's see, we'll sell the neural duct is for selling, and then the activated copper we're going to put in our high capacity inventory. That way we can make more chromatic metal if we need it. Let's see what we got here. Hopefully we'll get some more money. Yeah, units, discovery data, more units, magnetized ferrite, more units, magnetized ferrite, geodesite, and more units. Wow, that was a pretty good one, actually. So you're talking, wow, 3.1 million units, but also, oh, look at all this magnetized ferrite. Holy cannoli. And then we got the geodesite, too, which is also a difficult one to get. Maybe not difficult, but challenging. I'm tempted to craft some of this carbon crystal here with my own carbon, but just to store it, but I bet we'll find more. But there's no point to doing that. Let's see what the next expedition got. This looks like the science expedition with a trade fleet for good measure. Discovery data. We're going to have an unusual trade item to sell. Another trade item, Viking dagger vortex cube. That was sort of a crummy one. Sample looks unnaturally clean, as if all other life that came into contact with it has been burned away. Frozen lichens. That's probably all just going to be sold. Let's see if we can just debrief this one and then be on our way. Units, Aronium. Erroneous on all counts. Units, we got another unique item, more units. Units, neural duct, destabilized sodium. Wow, a lot of little discovery data units. Iridesite, Aronium. What a large journey. So that's 5 million units. We're pretty much rich at this point. Beyond our wildest dreams. The rotten fire-making spear, the lost artifact. 225 years old. Not as good as the box of frozen lichens. That's a whole lot of destabilized sodium. Whoa. Wow. I don't think we need that much. Each one's 150, right? So that's 1,500. That's... I guess we could have just left it there. We'll sell that. We'll break the other one down. We'll sell that one. We'll figure it out. Iridesite, Aronium. This needs to come with me. This stuff's going to get moved to our other ship. And all of that's going to get sold. Good night. Okay, well, we did what we wanted to do. Let's sell some things. Made lots and lots of money. I could just sell the geodesite, sell the... We have so much of it. And the grantine. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. I don't see a reason to torture ourselves with all this nonsense. Right? Activated indium? Why do we still have activated indium? We just got a bunch of activated copper. Crying out loud. Iridesite, it's practically a mill. Let's do it. We have more than we need. We don't even need it. I'd rather have the inventory space. The 10 destabilized sodium? No. Let's switch to the freighter inventory. There we are. Where we will sell the daggers, the cubes, the fiber, the neural ducts, and only about 3 of the destabilized sodium. Leaving us with 10, and that means now our inventory should be... Oh, goodness, no, did we... Hold on. Let's sell some of these things from our inventory as well, because we don't need... We don't need the geodesite any more than we needed the iridesite. 10 destabilized sodium? I mean, holy cow, what? If I do 3, that's 450. So 4 is over a stack. Good night. Let's just do 6, that way we'll have over a stack. What about all the aronium? The grantine, sold. Aronium, double sold. Organic catalyst, that we're going to hold on to. That's a pretty neat piece, actually. Let me get off the wall a little bit. Now we'll come over here and I guess we'll break down the destabilized sodium. Seems like the best bet. Don't let it sit in there or you will lose 50 of your material. Oh, snap. Did we have that much sodium in our high-capacity cargo? Because I don't think we did. We have regular sodium, not necessarily sodium nitrate, and that's what we were making. So ideally, we would have 2 sodium nitrate and 1 sodium, just like we have 2 condensed carbon and 1 carbon. But we have extra condensed carbon here. This dioxide goes there. Look at all this magnetized ferrite. Yikes. That's going to go in the starship. Don't need this activated copper. 72,000 units. That's not the time it would take to navigate to the menu to sell it. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Maybe that was egregious of me, but... Double chlorine. Do we really need the 62 salt? Come on. Alright, so we have condensed carbon, and then what? Sodium nitrate over here. Right, and then we don't need this extra sodium. We will hold on to this. All this magnetized ferrite we're going to hold on to. Okay, we're sorted out. Oh, almost. You go to the freighter. Alright, so now we're pretty much sorted out. Wasn't too awful bad. We do have the stuff to make some fuel, not a ton. I don't think we have enough to do an expedition just yet. So instead, let's remodel, like we were talking about here, so we can get all 5 expeditions underway. No, you know what? I'm going to mull this over some more. We're going to explore. We're going to get on to our next system, so we don't spend any more time here in this system. And we will set the other one up when we have the fuel and starships to do all 5 expeditions. I think that's a fair thing. So we need to be recruiting frigates. Now I looked and counted our frigates earlier before I started the recording and came to the realization that we have 4 of every type of frigate except for the industrial, which we have 5 of. So that means that we need to be on the lookout for another frigate of every type but the one. Now we're going to pick a star that's sort of far away. Let's get away from everything. I think we've been over there in that section for a little bit. I'd like to jump somewhere neat and exotic, but maybe not with too many planets like we said. Oh, we have a little tiny star with all these cool planets. Look at these stars here. Oh, look at them all. These are the action-packed, this little area here. Let's assign this as a waypoint, right? Right, okay. But I think what we'll do, oh my goodness, look at all these. What we'll do is we'll pick a star system, yes, without as many, out of jump range. Well, we'll have to pick one that's a little closer, and then we'll set our destination there when we have more time. Oh, look at this. One little planet. One lonely planet. That sounds good. Let's check it out. It says it has water. That'll let us know. Out of jump range. Oh my goodness. Maybe we'll see if we can settle closer to this one after all. We have 2 planets. Yeah, this one's uncharted and unexplored, and there's 2, and it's relatively close. So we'll do that one. The Zuhensk-Olz system, a classic, if ever there was one. Oh, look at that. That's an interesting looking planet for the first one. Some kind of water, and it's frozen, and I don't have visual on the other one. But we are in uncharted space, which is good, so we'll get to work on our milestone there for Polo. We need 3 more warps, but the uncharted one means that we're going to have hopefully the chance of getting a nice exotic planet. That's what I would like to see, but we won't know until we get out there, so let's jump on out there. Now from here, I think I should send my silver to my starship. Thank you. Look at that. The frigate in the fleet is sort of ahead of where I come out, like just waiting for me. Look at this. Look at these odd asteroids. How bizarre. Look at our fleet. It's a little peculiar how it puts the one exploration ship sort of just up there. Whoa. What is this? This is like the 2 opposite planets. Before we scan a single planet, because I had this thought and I was curious what would happen, because we know this is an uncharted system, so that means there's not going to be any settlements or anything like that, but our exploration frigates are going to let us perform scans, so let's see if they find anything. Target outside local system. Like we tried that one once before. No! Oh! Tricky, tricky. The MS-3 Totaruga. Alright. Let's take back off. Please and thank you. Let's break away from the gravity well here. Let's get a scan on these planets and see what we have. First up on the list, we have a frostbound planet with activated indium. Nice and cold, with oceans. For this one, we have an azure planet with activated indium. An azure planet? It doesn't look like an azure planet. Well, I think we're gonna swing over here to the Frostbound planet first. And we'll save the azure planet for the last stop. 22 seconds till we make atmospheric entry. Let's go ahead and check all of our levels and supplies. Still doing great on fuel. Plenty of warp cells, pyrite, lots of platinum. Really, we're doing great. Doing great. So I'm thinking about maybe the coast. Let's change our course a little bit. I'm looking for like the Terminator over here, the day-night Terminator, right on the coast. Try to get the twilight, the sunset or sunrise, and then also see what the water's like. I don't know if we're going to come in during a storm. It looks like we're not. There's a little bit of weather, but I don't think this is a storm. This might just be normal. Oh, hold on. Coming in a little hot. I think this might just be normal atmospherics going on here. The islands, though, quite peculiar on the islands. Let's get a scan of the depth. Fairly shallow water here. No, this might actually be weather after all. Oh, a jagged rock just dug into our starship. This is more what I'm looking for. A nice little spot to land underneath a floating rock by the coast. Let's see what we have. Intense cold is what it says. Okay. Sentinels aren't hostile. We are already in extreme temperatures. We're not even in a storm. We're in the intense cold or the biting cold without even being in a storm. It's already just ripping away our hazard protection. All right, let's go ahead. We'll use our dioxide. Get our thermal convection unit online. All right, let's just see what the water looks like.
Extreme water temperature detected.
That's not too bad. Let's see if we can scan some of these water creatures here. Seeks cold. Wow, the jellyfish actually seeks out the cold? That's interesting. Mate seeking, eats living sponges, inflates when stressed. Why am I picking up a single life form over there? Oh, it does look like the water's gonna get a little deeper. And the sun makes it look warm, but it's oh so cold. So cold. An odd effect with the land floating above. I'm sure you could make a base that sort of utilized these two. I'm more curious about that rock over there. Look at that. They're like mountains, but they're forming these cliffs. Uh-oh, that could be a predator. Nope, doesn't look like it. See, look at this. It's just this big, open, flat sort of platform here. You could definitely build stuff out here, but it's going to be awkward. Like, yeah, like, look at this, look at this. This is, you have this floating island here. Let's see, how deep is it underneath? We're completely under it. It's not too deep. It's actually fairly shallow. So you have this shallow frozen ocean with these floating islands above the water. How intriguing. And then these mountains sort of jutting out of the ocean like this. This is neat. The floating rocks always astound me. It's got to be some sort of gravitational disturbance. Like even out here where there aren't any islands, you still get these. Like these awkwardly made islands. Oh, I wonder if these are all like crashed ships that have just worn down over time into giant monoliths of like rust and such. It's so peculiar. I know I've seen those formations before that look like mollusk shells. We didn't get to see a storm, but that's okay. I have a feeling the other planet is going to be a little more different than what we're used to, and I want to see what that's all about. So we'll do that. Let's go to the Azure planet. We'll do the same thing. We'll head over kind of to the coasts. Not so much on the night side, although I'm sure we'll want to see what the night looks like. I'd like to be on the day side of the day-night Terminator. That's kind of my general given position on how I like to enter a planet for the first time. It's on the day side of Twilight, near the coast if there is one. We'll see. We'll see what the terrain looks like. I have no idea what we're going to get here. The atmosphere is painfully yellow. Some sort of awkward light refraction is happening. I feel like I'm slowing down. The rings. I might have known. These things again. There's some pattern associated with this, I'm sure of it. They serve some purpose. Let's recenter over a large part of the ocean, perhaps. The problem is, you don't have a way to scan where the deeper part of the ocean is. I sort of wish you did, like it would ping. Because there could be a trench just about anywhere and you wouldn't know it. Let's try here. In the middle of this ocean, right on the Twilight side. We'll run a scan when we get down close to the water and see if we can ascertain what the elevation is like underwater. Look at that ocean. It just goes on and on. There's not an island anywhere here. I am intrigued now. There's some awkward underwater formations, like a different set of rings. That might be the first time I've seen that. The water is a really nice color, though. I would very much enjoy seeing what the clarity and flora and fauna is like. Nope, there we go. One little island out in the middle of nowhere. Electric rain. Aggressive sentinels. You don't say. Seems like that's always the way it is. You get all situated to do a planet. It's really interesting. It's a Aggressive sentinels. I think more than anything, though, we need this dihydrogen if we can afford to take a second and grab it. Alright, let's get a look at this ocean. Oh yeah, the underwater ice section was clearer than this. This is a little murky. Neat color for water, though. If it is even water, I doubt very much that it is. I'm sure it's something else. Oof, and we do have our predators. We have some underwater predators here. It's actually not that large. This one's, I mean, it's about the size of the Nautilon. It would definitely hurt if we weren't in our craft. Look at these coral formations, though. More rings. Say, tell me that's not a cave, huh? Look out! Alright, so looks like the weather is still doing okay, but we're getting into the darker part of the ocean now. The sun's going down. Crossing that Terminator. And I don't know, I mean... some manta ray fish-looking creatures, but... these little red blood cell-looking platelets and then the rings, they're not really speaking to me. There are some oxygenated plants. We have found a predator. Look at it go. Oh, it's got like spikes for eyes? What are those? Oh, man. Well, I don't think we're going to try to call it back. I know that. Alright, let's go back to our ship. I like how the vents and the clams and then the alluring specimens are all colorized. I almost wish there was more colorized. I think I like the ocean exploration the best. Oh, are we in an active storm? Electric rain? No, it says that, but... oh my. Sorry, but that's our picture right there. Actually, well, let's look at the filters. Ooh. I think we'll go with the vibrant on this one. Yes. Oh no! Hold on, I want that nebula. Look, it's like a mushroom cloud in the distance. Oh no! We brought nuclear war to this uncharted system. We catch just a little bit of our face, right? Just a little bit. Probably won't be recognizable as our face. We'll go with that, though. That's a cool picture. And that's where we're going to wrap up this episode. Oh, wait. Hush my mouth. Nope, not yet. We're going to call the freighter. We'll break out of this planet and actually call our capital ship over to us. Not our freighter, our Imperial cruiser. I wasn't really that knocked away by this system, but, you know. It was just the two planets, and let's get our fleet in here. Look out! What if you crash into one of your frigates that's warping in from light speed? I could just imagine the energy release would be devastating. $72 out of 75 for our systems for Polo. And now we'll have the time to go ahead and tear down some of what we've built in order to build it better. I think the first step is that we have to consider that we're going to need 5 fleet management rooms and not 4. So I think what we need, actually, is... I'm not inside the object. You're inside the object. You don't tell me what... There we go, like that. Right, so now we'll do fleet command room would be... Nope, nope, no. Delete you. Actually... We're going to delete it from this side, right? Now these you actually do have to make sure you're not standing in them when you delete them. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do a fleet command room here and a fleet command room here, and then we'll do a fleet command room here, but then not one here. And this is where the corridor will go. Bloop. And then that one will be changed to be the same way. And then what we have is we have 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5 command rooms. Look at that. I like the layout. I think it's a good layout. I think we need to make sure we get our colors where we want them, right? Right, it's the dark blue is what we went with. We're getting it all squared away here. Boom. Okay, and then we need our blue lights as well. Hold on. It looks different. I don't know what the problem is. It doesn't look right to me. Let's light, 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 light. I don't think I want these lights here. That's part of the problem. But I want them on this side, right? And then I also, of course, I want them here. And then let's go ahead and we'll give them right here in the center, something like this, and then, yeah, like that one, and actually this one should be maybe not as crooked. I wonder why it gets all twisty like that. That's okay. And now we have our command blue section. And it's laid out for 5 fleet expeditions. I don't think we need 5 large refiners over here, though. It feels wasteful. I mean, I know we're going to do the corridor, so I'm just going to put the corridor down, but I don't know if we're going to put... I don't know how many refiners we're going to have. We also need specialist workstations, now that you can access those from the capital ship properly. And we also need to maybe consider getting some hydroponic trays down for some of our more useful plants. Although we do have all of our storage stuff set up. You know, it might not be that important. Let's see what little we can buy from this uncharted system. We did sell all the stuff. Ammonia, ionized cobalt. Yeah, let's, you know what? Let's go ahead, we'll buy some starship fuel. We'll just put it right on the starship, just to have it. And that'll be it. We might as well buy the pyrite too. I mean, why wouldn't we? We are using it as fuel. So we got the pyrite, got the launch fuel, ionized cobalt, we don't really need. Ammonia we've got, although, you know, probably wouldn't hurt to grab a little bit more. I'm sure we go through 41 on the toxic planet one time. Dihydrogen jelly, oh my goodness. Let's, we're going to buy quite a few of these because we can turn these into a lot of dihydrogen. A lot. That's really great. and then we'll figure out where to get the tritium from. Maybe we'll go to a regular system in the next one. But that is where we're going to wrap up the episode this time. This has been No Man's Sky, episode 176. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, take care.